You are under stress right now. Not dramatically, just the low-grade, persistent kind that modern life generates constantly. And inside your brain, that stress is doing something that most people never see coming. It is physically shrinking your brain cells. This is the science of exactly how. This is cortisol, your primary stress hormone, produced by the adrenal glands and released into the bloodstream in response to any perceived threat. In short bursts, it is one of the most useful molecules your body makes. Chronically elevated, it becomes one of the most destructive. The moment your brain perceives stress, your adrenal glands flood the bloodstream with cortisol. This happens within seconds. The molecules travel through your circulatory system and reach every organ in your body. But the organ most profoundly affected and most vulnerable to the damage is your brain. This is your brain under healthy baseline conditions. The prefrontal cortex is active and in control. The hippocampus is forming memories. The amygdala is calm. Every region is communicating in a balanced, organized way. This is the state that chronic stress systematically dismantles. Cortisol crosses the blood-brain barrier easily. Unlike many substances that are filtered out, cortisol has direct access to brain tissue. Once inside, it binds to glucocorticoid receptors on neurons throughout the brain, altering their behavior at the genetic level with every sustained stress response. The first dramatic effect is in the amygdala, your brain's threat detection center. Cortisol puts it on maximum alert. It becomes hyperreactive, firing at stimuli that would not normally trigger a response. Simultaneously, the prefrontal cortex, your rational brain, is suppressed. You become reactive instead of thoughtful. This is the amygdala hijack. Cortisol binds to glucocorticoid receptors on individual neurons and changes which genes are expressed. This is not a temporary chemical shift. It is a change in how your cells behave at a fundamental level. With each sustained stress event, this reprogramming deepens and becomes harder to reverse. The HPA axis is the biological system that coordinates your stress response. The hypothalamus signals the pituitary, which signals the adrenal glands to release cortisol. Under chronic stress, this axis becomes dysregulated, producing cortisol at times when it should not, and failing to shut off when the threat has passed. This is a healthy hippocampus, dense with neurons, rich with dendritic connections, actively forming new memories and spatial maps. The hippocampus is essential for learning, memory consolidation, and regulating the HPA axis itself. It is also the brain region most devastated by chronic cortisol exposure. Cortisol causes dendritic retraction, the physical shrinking of the branches that connect neurons to each other. These dendrites are the communication infrastructure of your brain. When they retract, neural connectivity decreases. The brain becomes less capable of processing and storing information at the cellular level. The hippocampus is one of the few brain regions that generates new neurons throughout life, a process called neurogenesis. Chronic cortisol suppresses this process almost completely. New neurons stop forming. The population of hippocampal cells begins to decline. The brain loses its capacity to replace and renew. Studies using MRI consistently show measurable hippocampal volume reduction in people with chronic stress and elevated cortisol. The shrinkage is not metaphorical. It is structural and visible. People with PTSD, chronic depression, and long-term high-stress jobs show significantly smaller hippocampal volume than matched controls. As the hippocampus shrinks and its connections degrade, the circuits that link memory formation to the prefrontal cortex weaken. The ability to form new long-term memories declines. Information that should be encoded and stored simply fails to transfer. People living in chronic stress frequently experience this as increasing forgetfulness and cognitive fog. With the amygdala overactive and the prefrontal cortex suppressed, the brain's ability to regulate its own emotional responses collapses. Decisions become reactive rather than reasoned. Emotional responses become disproportionate. The rational override that makes measured thinking possible is chemically undermined by every sustained stress event. The amygdala does not just become more reactive under chronic stress. It physically enlarges. The neurons in the amygdala grow more dendritic connections in response to cortisol, becoming more sensitive and more dominant. The threat detection system grows larger while the rational control system shrinks. The biological basis of anxiety becomes structural. This imbalance between an enlarged amygdala and a suppressed prefrontal cortex produces chronic emotional dysregulation. The ability to pause between feeling and responding is diminished. Anger, fear, and anxiety responses become faster and harder to modulate. This is not a personality change. It is a neurological reorganization driven by hormones. Long-term stress damages the white matter pathways that connect different brain regions. The communication infrastructure between the prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and other areas degrades. The brain becomes a collection of increasingly isolated regions rather than an integrated network, reducing cognitive flexibility and resilience. Your cardiovascular system at rest operates within a narrow, healthy range. Heart rate is stable. Blood vessels are relaxed and elastic. Blood pressure sits at a level that sustains circulation without damaging the vessel walls. This is the baseline that cortisol chronically pushes above. Elevated cortisol keeps the cardiovascular system in a perpetual state of readiness. Heart rate stays elevated. Blood pressure remains above baseline. The arteries are in a state of chronic mild constriction. The heart is working harder than it needs to every hour of every day, without ever recovering to a true resting state. Cortisol promotes inflammatory processes within the arterial walls. Chronic low-grade vascular inflammation is one of the primary mechanisms linking chronic stress to cardiovascular disease. The vessel walls thicken, their elasticity decreases, and the conditions for plaque formation are progressively established. One of cortisol's primary functions is immune suppression, useful during acute stress to prevent an overactive immune response. But chronically elevated cortisol keeps the immune system in a suppressed state, reducing the production and effectiveness of white blood cells, leaving the body less capable of fighting infection and disease. Cortisol actively disrupts sleep architecture. Elevated evening cortisol prevents the natural drop in arousal that initiates sleep. Deep sleep and REM sleep are reduced or fragmented. The brain never reaches the restorative states it requires. And inadequate sleep further elevates cortisol the next day, creating a reinforcing cycle that is very difficult to break. The gut has its own nervous system and is exquisitely sensitive to cortisol. Chronic stress disrupts gut motility, increases intestinal permeability, and devastates the microbiome. The gut-brain axis, which normally sends stabilizing signals to the brain, begins sending inflammatory signals instead, worsening the neurological damage already underway. Cortisol is catabolic. It breaks down tissue to release energy for the stress response. Under chronic conditions, this means muscle protein is progressively broken down. Muscle mass declines not from inactivity, but from a hormone environment that prioritizes immediate fuel over structural maintenance. Metabolism becomes dysregulated as a result. Chronic cortisol suppresses the reproductive axis. Testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone production decline as the body prioritizes stress hormones over reproductive function. Fertility, libido, and hormonal balance all suffer. The body is essentially choosing survival mode over every function it considers non-essential. Perhaps the most alarming finding in stress research is that chronic cortisol accelerates cellular aging through telomere shortening. Telomeres are the protective caps on your DNA. Every time a cell divides, they shorten slightly. Chronic stress dramatically accelerates this process. Chronically stressed people show cellular aging years ahead of their chronological age. The sustained neuroinflammation driven by chronic cortisol exposure creates a toxic environment for neurons throughout the brain. Microglia become chronically activated. Inflammatory cytokines accumulate in brain tissue. The neurons that survive are functioning in a chemical environment designed to damage them. Cortisol chronically depletes serotonin and disrupts dopamine signaling. The reward circuit dims. The mood stabilization system loses its capacity to buffer against negative emotional states. This is the neurochemical pathway through which chronic stress becomes clinical depression, not a psychological weakness, but a measurable biological transformation. The cognitive decline from chronic stress is not linear. It compounds. Each year of sustained elevated cortisol adds more hippocampal volume loss, more white matter damage, more amygdala hyperreactivity. Memory, processing speed, and cognitive flexibility all decline in tandem. The curve accelerates the longer the stress continues unchecked. The brain's recovery from chronic stress damage is real and well documented. When cortisol levels normalize, the hippocampus begins growing new neurons again. Dendritic connections regrow. The structural damage from sustained stress is not permanent if the intervention comes before irreversible neurodegeneration has occurred. The HPA axis can recalibrate. The cortisol curve, which in chronic stress becomes flat and persistently elevated, returns to its healthy rhythm of a morning peak and an evening decline. This recalibration takes weeks to months of reduced stress and consistent sleep, but it happens reliably when the conditions support it. As cortisol normalizes, the prefrontal cortex begins rebuilding. Neural activity increases. The rational control of emotional responses becomes possible again. The amygdala gradually returns to a more proportionate size and reactivity. The brain's balance of threat response and rational regulation is restored at the structural level. Stress resilience is not a personality trait. It is a measurable neural architecture. People with strong prefrontal to amygdala connections, a healthy hippocampus, and a well-regulated HPA axis experience the same stressors as everyone else. They just have the biological infrastructure to process and recover from them. That infrastructure can be built and rebuilt. The epigenetic changes from chronic stress are among the most concerning findings in modern biology. Cortisol does not just affect your brain during your lifetime. It modifies gene expression in ways that can be passed to offspring. The biological impact of chronic stress extends beyond the individual and into the next generation. Your brain is not a fixed structure. It is a living organ that rebuilds and reorganizes throughout your entire life. Chronic stress shrinks it. Recovery regrows it. Understanding the biology of what stress does is not cause for despair. It is the clearest possible case for taking the conditions of your nervous system seriously.